Hey, it's your boy Cedric, also known as Mo Cheese, Kansas City Mo. I want to look at GTA 6. I want to look at the rest of the screenshots, not just the pre order screenshots. I want to look at all the previous screenshots through a new lens of having the pre order information and see if we can spot anything different, any functionality or any characters or anything that we can see in a new light. That being said, this is, beautiful little intro to the website. I mean, a lot of people hating on a couple of little features. But anyway, Vice City, USA. Jason and Lucia have always known the deck is stacked against them. But when an easy score goes wrong, they find themselves on the darkest side of the sunniest place in America. In the middle of a criminal conspiracy stretching across the state of Leonida, forced to rely on each other more than ever if they want to make it out of Leonida. I see people calling it Leonida. I don't agree with that. Okay, we're seeing trailer 2 and trailer 1. People and places, only in Leonida. Vice City, USA, the darkest side of the sunniest place on earth. I like that phrase. I like when the sun fades and the neon glows, everyone has something to gain and more to lose. Nice little ocean view hotel with Jason looking somber. Jason Duval. Jason wants an easy life, but things just keep getting harder. Jason grew up around grifters and crooks, and after a stint in the army trying to shake off his troubled teens, he found himself in the Keys doing what he knows best, working for local drug runners, and it might be time to try something new. So he's running drugs. He's had a troubled past. He's trying to get his shit together. Love the details on this fucking tank top, though. Like, look at that. Look at the stitching. Look at the lines in the wife beater. You know what I mean? Yeah. Jason's definitely going through some shit, though. Here he is again on a bike. He's got that Beretta. We now know that his signature gun is the Beretta. I wonder if you can put your glasses here. We've seen a lady with the glasses on her forehead and glasses on. His chain is tucked in as well, which is interesting. But we see this Beretta. We know that that is now his signature gun after the pre-order stuff. We see cigarettes here. I wonder if Jason smokes cigarettes. Little wad of cash, as well as beer. There's his buddy Cal. Cal like, hey, Jason, these niggas over here tripping. Jason like, fuck them niggas. What he got on his belt right there, that's like a stud finder. I don't know. But yeah, these guys don't look like they're in shape to tussle with Jason. But look at Jason's arms. In the trailer too, that nigga arms was stacked. But now he look a little not as yoked. But yeah, looks like we can get into some bar fights. I wonder if Jason's watch actually tells time, if it tells the appropriate time. That's military time, 21:56. That's interesting. For sure. Is it all of them of Jason? Here's Jason with his mask. Looks like he's sticking up a 7-Eleven. If anything happens, I'm right behind you. That's what Jason's saying, because... So I had this theory where I'm like, oh man, Lucia's always in the front. Maybe he'd like Michael. He's setting her ass up, sending her in there in the front. Like, no, you go. I'm right here. I'm right behind you. If anything goes down, I'm right there. Extra bitch ass nigga. Another day in paradise, right? Meeting Lucia could be the best or worst thing to ever happen to him. Jason knows how he'd like it to turn out, but right now, it's hard to tell. Like I said, nigga seem like a snitch. I just realized that right now. Rockstar don't do nothing for nothing. Ooh, look at that croquette right there, looking clean. A lot of light nightlife happening back there in the background. Once again, the texture on his shirt looked like he got I was gonna say a new iFruit phone, but that's one old iFruit phone. He got the iFruit Air, just with the one camera. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, interesting. Interesting look on his face, right? Like, I don't know where his allegiances lie. See him using this carbine, crazy detail, arm hair detail, t-shirt texture. I don't feel like we got nothing new. No real gun customization here. We do know that you can customize them, but this looks like it's pretty stock straight out the box. We always like, oh, fishing, fishing, fishing. Him and Cal. We know you can use binoculars from the leaks. I haven't seen them, but I saw a video today where they were talking about that. So, binoculars, maybe you use them for fishing? I don't know. Or Cal's doing something else. You never know with that guy. He's squirrely. Here's Jason. And then we turn to Lucia, who also has an interesting look on her face, as well as a gun behind his back. Lucia Caminos, Lucia's father, taught her to fight as soon as she could walk, and life's been coming at her swinging ever since. Fighting for her family landed her in the Leonida Penitentiary. Sheer luck got her out. Lucia's learned her lesson. Only smart moves from here on out. It's not like, oh, I'm not doing crime no more. Just smart moves. Everybody talked about the AirPods, obviously. I don't think that that's a real thing. It would be cool, though. But the gym, her working out, her physique, right? That's definitely going to be a part of it. It appears to be just like a regular gym, there's people back there working out. So we saw Jason working out in the trailers and the girls looking at him. So if he keeps his body together, maybe, I don't know, to get some bitches. Jason here watching her, watching over her weirdly. I feel about that. iFood phone here again. Her nails are done differently. We do know that now from the pre-order information. She can get her nails done, and this is a fourth type of nail that I've seen from her. I've seen the regular nails. I've seen stiletto nails. I've seen almond nails. And now these ones are like an almond, but a different pattern, the French tip. Once again, the AirPods here, I don't know. I just don't think they would add those there for cosmetic. But what do I know? People out here tanning, that lady is, yeah. The physics of the glass here, the reflection of the strawberry on the inside and outside, and then the mint and everything in the glass, and then the glass reflection as well as the red hue. Butte. But Jason sitting over here looking at her like that. I don't like that. That's interesting. So I was rooting for Jason. I thought she was the snake. But now I'm like, I don't know. More than anything, Lucia wants the good life her mom has dreamed of since their days in Liberty City. But instead of the half-baked fantasies, Lucia is prepared to take matters in her own hands. So she is, like I said, out front a lot. You know what I mean? I think we will get some prologue prior to prison as well as in prison. And then we'll pivot over to Jason. But this lady right here, is that the hammer lady? Look who's back. No, I'm just kidding. But I bet you she get into some fights in prison. You know what I mean? Like she'd throw down because this lady's looking at her pretty intensively, like intense. Like, I don't know. Another hairstyle though, like the braids. She ain't got no rubber bands on the end. That's weird, but whatever. I guess they ain't got rubber bands in prison. Let's see her. Just feeling the rain on her skin. No one else can feel it for you. The only thing that matters is who you know and what you got. Look at her. And her golden glove necklace. Door knocker earring. A life with Jason could be her way out. That nigga ain't gonna save you. Fresh out of prison and ready to change the odds in her favor, Lucia is committed to her plan, no matter what it takes. She sounds like Dutch Vanderlyn, committed to his plan. So, here's Lucia with that G17, that K17. It's supposed to be like a Glock 17. It's a close. We see that this is her gun. Jason has the Beretta pistol and she got the Glock. The shadows look amazing on here. Now, this looked like that task force, that ATF task force who was kicking in doors in the trailers with the flashlight on his gun. He got some sort of 1911. But yeah, this looked like that task force who was kicking in doors, bro. Look at this texture on his gun. Look at her nails, regular nails. Worth calling out. Here she is. She looked different almost every time. I like this lady's hairstyle right here, and then the random tattoo placement. The accessory. She always have this bracelet and this necklace. Interesting. She has an older phone, it looks like, than Jason. So Jason got a newer phone. Couldn't even get his lady a new phone. What kind of gentleman are you? Not sure if there's much to tell from this outside of them, being in the club. We know that she's in the club 919 when they got this dress on. So I highly doubt she wears the same dress all the time. But, she also broke and just got out of jail. So we'll see. I'm going here. I don't see anything that particularly stands out except for the Gloriana license plate, of course. Everybody's really going fucking crazy over Gloriana right now, which, I mean, we don't know what's on that northern part of the map, you know? We don't. We really don't. But I'm really trying to see anything else that stands out here. I got nothing, though. Fist is clenched, ready to fight. She's a fighter. Nice leather jacket. Here they are with a bag full of cash. She got the 380. Only in Leonida. Home to the neon-soaked streets of Vice City and beyond. Here's Cal Hampton. What if everything on the internet was true? Holy shit, Kyle. Jason's friend and fellow associate of Brian's, Cal feels safest hanging at home, snooping on the Coast Guard comms with a few beers and some private browser tabs open. I hear you, buddy. All about those private browsers. His tattoos are pretty interesting and pretty telling. There's a dinosaur, some fangs. This appears to be some sort of a vampire here, a black cat. Fish, so he's Fisher. We see him on the boat with Jason. I don't know what this is. Interesting tattoos from Cal, though. All right, here he is with alien Hawaiian shirt. I'll wear the fuck out of that shirt. Here he is with a nice little pinup as well. Shark tooth necklace. At the mini golf. Is that Jason back there playing mini golf with him? I can't really tell. He's got the mirror shades. It's like Gatorland. Have you ever been to Florida? See, he's got the crown on and things like that. That'd be a dope little Gatorland place. But mini golf appears to be an activity. Yeah, regular golf. I don't see why we can't have mini golf. Violence is cool. Thanks, video games. That's tongue-in-cheek from Rockstar for sure. All the trouble they've gotten in over the years. This is them with duffel bags. We hear a lot about duffel bags and backpacks as far as carrying our loot. And they're leaving Brian's with some duffel bags. So that is interesting to see there for sure. And how the whole loot mechanic works. I'm interested to see. As Brian watching a sea sparrow drop some contraband. There are way too many birds flying around in perfect formation. Paranoid. Love it. Reminds me of myself. Trying to see what that hat says. I can't really. Here's Brian again playing some pool. Here's a lady or man. They pants look like mermaid or some sort of lizard because they got this lizard with a crown on. An iguana with a crown. Interesting how pets work here. I'm really curious to see about that. Jason looks a little bit more jacked in this video here compared to the others. Cal, I mean, we don't really customize him or anything, but his hair and everything still seems to be the same, though. But Pool is here. And iguanas with clothes on and crowns. You know? Type of shit you see. And there's a picture of Gatorland back there as well, looks like, where he works at. So someone said he works there. I don't know if I've seen that yet. Here he is in the pool with some beers and some, looks like a pina colada, beers and sodas, beer in hand. Big old flamingo floaty. We can kind of see some more of his tattoos here. It almost looks like C-3PO, but I'm sure it's not. I don't know what that is. Is this another dinosaur over here? I don't know. They say he's a conspiracy theorist. It's got dice on his neck. There's another. Is this the Loch Ness Monster here? Is that Nessie? Maybe a bunch of, conspiracy theories on him. So, interesting for Cal. The psychopaths are in charge. Get used to it. Cal is at the low tide of America and happy there. Casual paranoia loves company, but his friend Jason has bigger plans. Visit Leonida. Tour a few of these must-see destinations across the Sunshine State. Explore Vice City. Do we want to come back to these places? Yeah, let's explore Vice City. We might as well. Everything in excess. We're a long way from the 80s, but Vice City is still the sun and fun capital of America. The glamour, hustle, and greed of America captured in a single city. Each neighborhood has something to offer, from the pastel Art Deco hotels and bright white sands of Ocean Beach to the bustling, I don't know that word, of Little Cuba and the bootleg brands of the Tishawaka Flea Market out to the VC Port, the cruise ship capital of the world. Interesting. Vice. So I heard that this sign is not even real. Like this in the Miami one that we see is a movie prop. But it makes me think that there'll be some bad boys too, or some pain and gain, hustle and gain, whatever that movie was with The Rock. Look at the lady's skin, like from too much tanning or something. I don't know. Looking off into the beach. It's a big rubber ducky. Nice looking coffee right there, though. That's cool. And this we saw, which we are led to believe is, looks like Cal and Jason with his always backward hat playing basketball. There's also, this appears to be a tennis or pickleball court over here. Just look at how dense the traffic is, though. Like, I just can't get over that. And then some people said this is Lucia right here. So Lucia over here on her phone, while those guys are shooty hoops. We got the police once again over here not messing with civilians. Who knows what they've done? But are you able to interact with civilians or impact the police chasing them? And then we have the public transit here. We have those little rental bikes as well. Can you rent one of those little public scooter bikes? That'll be interesting. Oops, I didn't mean to click out of that. Can you rent one of those little puppies? That'll be cool. What these things are in the water, some sort of buoy. Once again, all the decks and the interiors are crazy. This looks like that pool that Cal was in at this hotel. We know they stay at various hotels. Here's that big flamingo floaty, probably where Cal was at. You know, choppers. Always a chopper. The cars over here. Man, this is so overwhelming, is what it is. Like, I don't even know how to be able to play this game. So some people said that these were the two guys from the previous one that had the gold grill and the wicks, as well as the black guy who had the big beard. So this guy has the same jewelry on as the guy who had the gold grill and the wicks from trailer one. And this guy has the same tattoos. So I don't know. Rockstar is obviously not finished with the game and still, you know, working on it. But I love this bracelet Rolex combo, as well as just not the regular gold grill. This is the iced out grill. I love the attention to detail on that one. And then, like I said, the various types of chains. Like, this is hard. I want a diamond grill, bro. I want one. My character better be able to get a diamond grill, Rockstar. I'm just saying. I am just saying. Look at OG right here, peeping the scene, peeping the scene. You better hold her hand, Playboy. You feel me? Someone else with binoculars. This guy's searching for gold. She's topless. I thought she was. So there's someone said that there's like topless clothes and optional beaches. Look at this guy burnt up here and not so much down here. I think there's a scene where Jason is a little bit more burnt than someone else or than in another scene. So that's interesting to see. This lady kicking up sand right here. That's crazy. Attention to detail. These guys playing football back here. So much going on. The different body types. This guy's ripped. This lady's got the big pooch. This lady's got no pooch, but like still terrible shape. And, you know, we got people who are in impeccable shape. Yeah, a lot going on here. Nothing that is really different from the pre-order screens, though. I'm not sure what to make of this. These ladies are getting arrested once again. Just cops messing with other people. Ladies twerking on their cars. You know, Vice Beach Police. The different heights worth calling out, as well as the body types. Like it's pretty cool, I think. And then, of course, the social media. She's like getting arrested. And she's like, "Oh, like look at me getting arrested, bitch." You know, interesting. She doesn't want to be seen. She's got some dignity. Here we are at the stripper pole. Anybody can tell who that president is. It's the same one from Red Dead. He's on the 100 and the $1 bill. That's interesting. Tattoos look real crazy. Is that sweat? Man, she's earning the dollars. Yeah, it sure is over here. Cause with locks, I've been really pleased with how they've been doing the locks, the different hairstyles for like there's not just one type of dreadlock like in GTA 5, especially in Florida. There's so many different types, you know what I mean? Like that are a part of the culture. So happy that they are at least taking that into consideration. I don't know a lot about this one. I don't think this tells us much. I mean, I'm sure it does, and I'm just overlooking it. But as far as what we can do differently, I don't know. I know a lot of it compares to like real life Florida. There's a reflection of the Ferris wheel for all you haters. I'm just kidding, but also serious. I'm sure there's a lot to see there that I just am overlooking. Here's a nice donk. I love those donks. Got a Gloriana plate on it. This is an interesting little vehicle, a all-terrain vehicle, ATV or some sort, but it's got rims on it. Dope. Nice four-wheelers. Rottweiler there. Once again, wick dreadlocks, different type of dreads. Love that. Man. Little Pearl at the top down, got his arm out. She got color in her dreadlocks. That's interesting. Income tax place, you know you in the hood. Yeah, but this is like a 1 2-seater little buggy, like a Polestar or something like that. What are those things called? Those little ATVs. Interesting. And that's Vice City. Exploring Vice City. All right. Booby Ike. It's all about Heart, the Jack of Hearts. Booby is a local Vice City legend. They know about him. And he acts like it. One of the few to transform his time in the streets into legitimate empire, spanning real estate, strip clubs, and a recording studio. Booby's all smiles until it's time to talk business. Booby is a man of the people. He's Rick Ross. I'm just kidding, but also serious. Booby, so they say a lot here. He's one of the few to transform his time in the streets into legitimate empire, spanning real estate, strip club, and recording studio. I wonder if those are things that we can invest in because we talk about money laundering and putting it into legitimate businesses. I've not seen it in the leaks, but I hear everybody talk about it. So Booby's going to be the one who shows us how to do that, who shows us the game. I like him though. I like Booby. I'm interested to see and hear more about Booby. He got on multiple chains. I love how they interact with each other and they overlap. He's at the strip club. He got double cup, which is huge for the culture, sipping some lean. I can't see what's going on back here with these folks, but Booby's got a nice taper and some waves up there as well. Other than that, he's just in his element, is what it looks like. But Booby's going to be the one who shows us how to invest and get money. That I'm certain of. Sitting here with a stack of paper, same chains, looks to be in his office of some sort in front of his computer, like how we had to do in Rockstar with our filing desk. This weapon does appear to be custom with gold accents on it. Looks to be a Glock, similar to Lucia's. Yeah, like I said, Booby's hair. He got the waves, the texture. You probably need a cut on this one, though. This one looked like it's fresh cut. This one looked like you need a cut, Booby. I'm just saying. This one, he looked like he got a fresh cut with some waves. The club money pay for the studio, and the drug money pay for it all. Yeah, I feel you, Booby. See the money falling in the background? His waves buzzing. Here you go with the Afro phone. There go old boy. I don't know. He seems something. I don't know. Something interesting about Cuz. But Booby out here looking like money. They outside of the Jack of Hearts adult entertainment. It got security out there. Ladies hanging out there. You can't have no drink outside, bro. I wonder what kind of car this is because it looked like it got flakes in the paint, so they ain't just pulling up in no whackness. You know, it looked like it's something hidden, something striking. But this guy, he seems suspect. Booby again and his element. You know what I mean? Look like the same day, he got the same clothes on. Young ancestor. That's a person from GTA 5. Jack of Hearts. Yeah. I don't know. Bottle service. Not much to make of this other than you can go to the strip club and it seems to be way more interactive. Top quality cuts. Booby might seem like he's just out for himself, but it's his partnership with the young, expiring music mogul Drake Quan for only Raw Records that he's most invested in. Now they just need a hit. The keys. So they've done so much. Gateway to Paradise. The dress code is casual. The bars are loaded. Life in this tropical archipelago isn't flashy, but it's easy. Get your buzz on and pull up a deck chair, but look out. You're right on the doorstep of some of the most beautiful and dangerous waters in America. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of activity in the Keys as far as smuggling and things like that. We got the canoe. What's the thing? The water rafting thing. That I'm pretty sure is going to allow us to go places that cars can't go. You see how these cars are, some of the things are landlocked and you can only get there by boat. I imagine that's going to be where that comes into play. Animals here, big whale, a bunch of old people. You know, people go to Florida and retire. Wonder whale. Appears to be some sort of a thrift shop or antique shop. Chip's body shop. I wonder if that's a place where you can go get your car. We know you can do car customization. A lot of places are locked behind the Ultimate Edition, but maybe Chip's Body Shop is a place for where you commoners can go. The Rusty Anchor. This is where the gang will be. You know, look at this OG. Get it, OG. Got you a hot young thing. I ain't mad at you. You feel me? The people's old skin and how it's textured is wild though. I ain't gonna lie. They old. This nigga had a rough day. It looked like it's still early. Of course, the marine life in the underwater. We see the scuba diving on the back of the squallow that we get, the scuba gear. This doesn't look like Jason or Lucia, but you know, I'm pretty sure they'll be able to get in that water, see some sea turtles and some eels and what have you. Here goes some people on the water. I said I didn't see nobody on the water, but here they go. There's at least one person actually in the water on a floaty. But they turned up. It seemed like it's just going to be, like I said, just so dense, so many people on each of these vessels. It's ridiculous. Let's look at Drake Wan Priest. This guy, I like his hair, and I like his jewelry, and I like his ink already. But I didn't like that picture of him and Booby. It seemed like something was up. Only Raw Records. Drake Quan, he probably going to be like Diddy. Drake Quan was always more of a hustler than a gangster. There's a difference. Even when he was dealing on the streets to make ends meet, breaking into music was the goal. All right, Draquan. I respect that. Been there, done that. Okay. So Draquan is with his artist right here. Long fingernails, different fingernails. Worth pointing out as far as customization goes. But I don't think there's much else here outside of these are the artists. Like I said, it's supposed to be the city girls. Draquan, we got on his suit looking debonair at some sort of industry party. Looks real swanky. You know what I'm talking about? People in the water looking all nice. Got the chain on with the suit. I don't see much else here that I can really I don't know. Just got an interesting feeling about Drake Wan. Dancers are like my A&Rs. If the record's a hit, the DJ's gonna be spinning it as he's walking in with his ladies and his manatees jersey. That's the only Raw Records chain. I just noticed that. Love the hair physics again. With the hat on, GTA really used to struggle with putting the hat on top of braids and things like that. As a person who does music, I love that this looks like legitimate things, wavelengths and MIDI. It doesn't look like a real doll, but I like what they're doing here. That's pretty cool. Attention to detail, as usual. I like this lady's hairstyle. I haven't seen it before. Studio appears to be full of smoke. Drake Wan, I see you. But then look at him right here. He just looks suspect. He looks suspicious. In the neon glow, he's cutting his eyes at what? You know what I mean? But maybe that's the nigga they don't want us to trust. Or they doing that for a reason. Double cupping it though. It's to lean. Probably. You never know a rock star, bro. They try to throw you off the trail. You with the label now. Now that he's signed the real Doms, Draquan's days of booking acts in the Booby strip club might be numbered as he sets his sights on the Vice City scene. So is Booby's strip club not in Vice City? I don't know. Let's look at the grass rivers. Welcome to the wetlands, the untamable jewel of Leonidas' crown. You never know what lies beneath the surface of this primordial expanse. The gators may be the most famous attraction, but there are far deadlier predators and weirder discoveries amongst the mangroves. Now, that's interesting because discoveries, strangers and freaks type of stuff. Now, this is interesting because they look at all of their various tins. Wow. Covered in mud, barefoot, also with waders. These firearms, I don't know if these are unique or new or old firearms. I don't truly recognize them from GTA 5. Looks like some sort of marksman's rifle and a sniper rifle for hunting. They got some chewed air as well as some alcohol. Violators will be prosecuted. I thought they would say shot, like Phil. But they caught some sort of bobcat, or lynx, as well as a gator, which I'm pretty sure is frowned upon, illegal. Is this contraband as well? Is this some shrink wrap stuff that they have? I just noticed that. That doesn't look like just wood that you sit on. That looks like those might be some keys that they got out of the water. Anybody can confirm or deny that. Actually, let me look at this lady's tattoo. Something, Colonel? No, I don't know. It's the mud. Can't really tell. They look interesting, to say the least. Wetlands look like they got some fishing popping off out here. Looks like a small town. Still super dense, though. Like, it's about a bunch of people down here eating. Different type of cars. Draw distances. You see Vice City in the way distance down there. Bubblegum shrimp. I'm just kidding. Beautiful, though. And here we go. They hunting gators. Got they cooler. Surrounded by gators on all sides on a fan boat. You definitely gonna get killed by a gator. There's literally gators, one on the back, two on the side, two on this side. Boy, y'all in some trouble. And he appears to be a double barrel shotgun pointed at the gator. He got a flashlight and a receipt. Look like some bait or a bucket. Yeah. Y'all look like y'all in trouble. Okay, this is what I was referring to when I was talking about trailer one, where they had Poach. These guys are definitely fleeing. They got an army fatigue car. I like that. But they got several alligator carcasses. He's armed. They got a fan boat. Two authorities, like the vehicles. I can't see what they say on the side if it's Vice City or not. But this don't look like our characters. At least that guy. I don't know. Yeah, and the chopper up here. Can I see any details on the chopper? Nope. He looks like he's got a firearm. They got a spotlight. So yeah, I don't know. Can't just go out here hunting gators. It looks like there's laws where you got to be in season. So yeah, the grass rivers, pretty interesting. Look at the real dimes, viral videos, viral hooks. So these are the musicians for Drake Wan. Baylux and Roxy, aka Real Dimes, have been friends since high school. Girls with the savvy to turn their time shaking down local dealers into cold, hard cash via spicy rap tracks and relentless social media presence. We keep hearing about the social media presence. I like this style tattoo right here through the lace. That's dope. I like they custom necklaces, Roxy and BL for Baylux. Yeah, I like how different they look too. So here's Drake Quan and Roxy. Roxy with all her chains. I like it. She got two chains on this one. That's dope. The attention to detail. Drake Quan back there. I like her fur. I don't see nothing else really in here. Here's Bay Lux. She seems to be the sensible one. She got some sort of concern in her face. Now she looked like she in the trap studio. Like this ain't the fancy studio that we saw them in earlier. I like her nails. This ain't the fancy studio we saw her in earlier, right? This one looked like it might be a little bit more low brow. I like her jacket too, though. Hard. All my dimes in this club. Meet my twin, make it a dub. Okay. It's probably a lyric or something. I like that vibe. It's a vibe. For sure. And this is them, I believe, like, well, this ain't the same one from the trailer, but we saw them performing on top of a car in the trailer, or at least I assume it's them. It's highly unlikely that it's anybody else. But yeah, social media presence, the cameras out, everybody vibing, everybody got their phone out. Yeah, and they on top of the Obey. This was hard. No notes. This look like them in the actual studio recording their tracks, attention to detail. This almost look like a picture, bro. Like I said, looking at their nails, attention to detail on their nails, the microphones. As a person who does music, like, yeah, this looks good. I like it. One hit away from fame. An early hit single with local rapper Downplay took Real Dimes to new heights. Now, after 5 years and a whole lot of trouble, they signed to Only Raw Records, hoping lightning can strike twice. Okay, let's take a look at Port Gailhorn. This is where we saw them doing a robbery from earlier. Live Hard. This is Leonidas' Forgotten Coast. Cheap motels, shut down attractions, and empty strip malls won't bring the tourists back. But there's a new economy in this once popular vacation spot. It's fueled by malt liquor, painkillers, and truck stop energy drinks. Jump on a dirt bike and hold on to your wallet. So this is where they were robbing at earlier. We saw them spinning out, I want to say in trailer one. This is where they was spinning out, and they was in a hotel, so it's probably in Port Gailhorn. This is probably a strong number two spot where we end up at before we found ourselves in Vice City. But even now here, we got the social media presence because it's recording something. I'm not 100% sure what she's recording. This lady looks like a lady of the night trying to seek services or offer services. You know, cheap motel out here. What's this guy doing over here? What are you doing, buddy? They got a pool and Wi-Fi. I'm in. And night walkers. I don't know who these guys are, but they look to be some sort of a criminal outfit. This guy looked like he done been shot a couple of times or stabbed or both. You know, I can't make out what that tattoo says, but they, like I said, appear to be some sort of criminal outfit. They at least sell weed, as we see. The growing cannabis back here with charts. Don't know who these guys are, but they were the local enforcement in Port Gailhorn. And so we saw weed dealers, and now we see this lady selling Molly or some sort of pills, right, to this gentleman who has a hardened exterior, it looks like, and she's got some sort of supervision or oversight over there. Now, he looks rough, but the interior of his car looks pretty clean. So he might be someone of importance. I don't know. But yeah, she looks excited to see him and offer her services, be it the Molly or anything else. Delights Cabaret. So we got more than one strip club, new girls, new food, open all night, hiring dancers. You know, strip clubs got the best wings. Delights. What do we got going on over here? Someone's getting kicked out. I told you to keep your hands to yourself, buddy. So last time I'm gonna tell you. What's he doing over here? Some sort of illegal activity? I like the cars though, the old school like Firebirds and the trucks and everything like that. I like the whole vibe that they got going on out here. It's just intriguing. Once again, we got the homeless though, with the cart and the trash. The homeless is it's a thing, guys. We gotta do something about it. Free admission? Hiring dancers? Free admission in this joint? Goddamn. How y'all get your money? The food must be fire. Okay. Looks like some sort of a bonfire or outing. This foreground is making me uncomfortable. Let's look and see what we got back here. Somebody's nana sitting on the truck over. This is also making me uncomfortable. These two ladies, and he's got some sort of smug smile going on over here. Let's go over here. These guys at least look like they're about to fight. And then this. What kind of party is going on here? This looks like our mud girl from the trailer. Yeah, I remember her, the mud girl who they thought was Michael's daughter from trailer one. I don't know what's happening here. It appears to be some booze fueled orgy party. Oh, it's weird. Getting out of here. Backing out slowly. Getting out of Port Gailhorn. It's turned all the way the fuck up in there. Raul Batista looks like Lance Vance, right? With the white and purple suit. Raul Batista. Experience counts. Confidence, charm, and cunning. Raul's a seasoned bank robber on the hunt for a talent ready to take the risks that bring in the biggest rewards. So we already know he gonna show us how to get the money, and Booby gonna show us how to legitimize the money. Okay. And once again, he's got a duffel bag. That's important, right? He's synchronizing his watch as well. I don't know if that's important. I was talking about how Jason's watch tell time. I don't know. Raul's here. He looks like he working with somebody with Lester in a big room who's really like, he got a man in a chair, you know what I mean? Like, he's like serious business. He obviously owns a boat and a linen shirt. I don't think you can buy a linen shirt without a boat or vice versa. I think that's how they get you. We got a stunt jump back here, which is nice, one of those bridges. Raul looks like a real suave motherfucker though. Like he gonna teach us some things. He said experience counts. He gonna show us the way. Look at him. Pop, 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 pop. We got Jason there. We got Lucia there. They all got their masks down. Why you dumbass niggas got your masks down? I was just talking about your mask. He got a dope watch, look like an AP. And so Raul he's something else. You got Jason there. Let me get my ass on who they shooting. Look at the broken glass everywhere. Jason ain't letting off shots. Once again, they got their masks down. He got a duffel bag. She got a duffel bag. Surrounded by cops. I was trying to see if that was an armored cop, like, 4 or 5 stars. Jason also has a duffel bag. So many duffel bags. Life's full of surprises, my friend. I think we'd all be wise to remember that. That sounds like some snake shit, but that's too obvious. That's too obvious, right? This nigga, he can't know. There's no way. They ain't gonna put it in plain sight like that. I was gonna say this Jason or Lucia, but I don't think that is. But I like this suit. I like the texture of this suit. But Raul's definitely accustomed to a different life than we are, and he gonna teach us that life. Look at this motherfucking red leather. We been sitting in old schools. This nigga got red leather. Like I said, he got some sort of 1911 and a stack of paper. Yeah. And he got his eyes on a prize. He looks optimistic. Okay, Raul. A professional adapts. Raul's recklessness raises the stakes with every score. Sooner or later, his crew will have to double down or pull their chips from the table. So this is like he probably getting too crazy, too big for his britches, and he like Trevor. You know what I mean? Like just doing too much. You know, I bet you. So it probably ain't like a betrayal thing. It's like nigga, you tripping thing. And he like, well, fuck y'all then. Let's check out Ambrosia. Ambrosia, keep Leonidas sweet. The battle for the health and wealth of Leonida begins here. In the heart of Leonida, American industry and old school values still reign supreme, whatever the cost. The Allied Crystal Sugar Refinery provides the jobs, while the local biker gang provides almost everything else. The local biker gang, the final chapter, they seem pretty legit. Leonida license plate. I thought it was Gloriana, but it's Leonida. Yep. And gas prices, Ambrosia County Sheriff's vote, Aaron Henshaw. So election year, or is it the holidays? No, but it looks like an election year. It's always an election year in GTA. Proud allies of diversity and treats. Okay. Oh, that's a black dude. I was about to say I ain't got no black bikers. He looked black and he looked black. Okay, so there's that. Ambrosia is definitely like industrial wetlands, like it's the manufacturing area. Like, yeah. I'm gonna have to do missions here, so I'm gonna be here, but you know, if I must. You know what I'm talking about? Look at these guys. I like her tattoos, American traditional style. She got this big old revolver. His jacket say Enforcer, 350 shell. Details on his beard. His hat say Liberty City. I'm pretty sure we gonna spend some time in Liberty City, even if it's just the prologue. We gonna spend some time there for sure. Look, they burning these crops. Is this the weed or is it the sugar cane? It's the union or something like that. Bet you money. All right, now we talking. Look at this car, right? You got the little navigation dash. This is probably the most updated car we done seen interior. You know what I'm talking about? Got the America cleaning it. I don't know what's happening here, but a lot of detail. Look at the reflection showing his hat. That's hard. A lot of detail in this here image. For sure. All right. Now we got Brian Header. Nothing better than a mudslide at sunset. Okay, Brian. Brian's a classic drug runner from the golden age of smuggling in the Keys. Still moving product through his boatyard with his third wife, Lori. Brian's been around long enough to let others do the dirty work. Okay, Brian. I don't know how I feel about that. I know we somehow get out of from under your thumb. Look at this. I don't like the way you're pointing with authority like that, Brian. I don't like it. This looks like is this a plane? This type of steering? That's a plane, right? Yeah, so this is a plane, okay. He's saying something like, this ain't enough. Blah, 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 blah. Here's that picture of Jason with the bulletproof vest with the backwards hat where everybody's like, Jason's a crook, bibbity, bibbity, blah. Or a cop, sorry. I like the reflection in his sunglasses, though. Like the mirror shades. That shit's beautiful. Here's Lori looking like she about that life. I've hauled so much grass. I've hauled so much grass in that plane, I can make this whole state of Leonida levitate. I like his shirts and his old-timey tattoos. I'm assuming that's Lori right there. Kenny Brewster. I got a big truck. I got a big truck with your face on it. I don't know. Interesting. Brian wears many hats. Here he is handing Jason a Glock with Lori. I'm pretty sure this is Lori with her same tattoo there. So this is the tutorial. Brian gives us this, and this is how we learn how to use firearms. He takes us through it. Jason's watch once again on military time. Looks like a Leonardo beach bum. Moves like a great Reich shark. Brian's letting Jason live rent-free at one of his properties so long as he helps with local shakedowns and stop bys for Lori Sangria once in a while. So long as he stops by. What if he stops stopping by when his girlie come back from town? Mount Kalaga. Let's look at Mount Kalaga. Wild, wild country. Room to breathe on the state's northern fringes. See, we don't know much about the north. A national landmark up against the state's northern border, Mount Kalaga offers prime hunting, fishing, and off road trails. In the lush surrounding backwoods, hillbilly mystics and paranoid radicals live far from the prying eyes of the government. There's a raccoon, got four wheelers, bike riders. I don't know if there's much else to see there. The graffiti tells us anything. This is the news. What's the news doing up here? I don't understand the significance of that. Mount Kalaga. Hunting, though. I'm excited about this. Once again, more rifles. This looks like a squirrel. Can't tell what that is right there. Some sort of mammal. More mammals. Okay. It's the bobcat. Look at this. Another bobcat. His underbelly is wet with water. About to get one of these deers. This nigga ain't telling nobody. What animal is that back there? Is that a wood stump? The reflection in the water is beautiful. Kayak. That's the word I was looking for. So we're going to get a kayak. Same kayak with Jason. This looks like Ron from GTA 5. Flood gauge. Yeah, Mount Kalaga. The whole trunk storage thing. I love that idea. I don't know if this actually confirms it. Rockstar don't do nothing for nothing. But I like it. Coming November 19th. There we go. Beautiful. Let's get ready. I'm going to come back later next week with some, not next week, but later with some theories on what I think the story is. So be sure to subscribe, tune in, all the things.